In the sun-kissed cradle of the Nile's eternal valley, where a civilization had thrived for millennia, a great power was about to fall. Imagine the year is 525 BC. The air hangs heavy, not just with the heat of the desert, but with the scent of burning villages and the distant, terrifying rumble of war. This is the story of how Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids, crumbled under the might of a foreign empire. Our story begins with the last native pharaoh of the 26th dynasty, a young and inexperienced ruler named Psamtik III. He had only just ascended to the throne when the storm from the east arrived. This storm had a name, Cambyses II. The formidable king of the Achaemenid Persian Empire and son of the legendary Cyrus the Great. Cambyses had set his sights on the wealthiest prize of the ancient world, the fertile lands of Egypt. The two armies finally clashed at the strategic city of Pelusium, the gateway to Egypt from the east. What happened here was not just a battle of swords and spears, it was a battle of psychology and cunning. Ancient historians, like Polyaenus, tell a fascinating and cruel story. Cambyses, knowing the Egyptians' deep reverence for animals, especially cats which were sacred to the goddess Batet, ordered his soldiers to use them as shields. He had cats, dogs, and other sacred animals placed at the front of his army. The Egyptian archers, horrified at the thought of harming these divine creatures, hesitated. Their arrows faltered, their resolve broke, and the Persian forces surged through, securing a decisive victory. The spirit of a nation was shattered in a moment of holy horror. Following the disaster at Pelusium, Psamtik III retreated to the capital, Memphis. But the Persian momentum was unstoppable. Cambyses laid siege to the city, and after a short but brutal fight, Memphis fell. Psamtik was captured, and the independence of Egypt was extinguished. Cambyses, in a symbolic act of ultimate power, claimed the traditional title of pharaoh, adopting the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. The land of the Nile was no longer its own master, it had become a satrapy, a mere province within the vast Persian Empire. The conquest was not without its brutality. Cambyses is often depicted as a harsh and ruthless ruler. According to the Greek historian Herodotus, he mocked Egyptian religious customs, desecrated temples, and even stabbed the sacred Apis bull, an act of supreme sacrilege. While some of these accounts might be exaggerated propaganda from his enemies, there's no doubt that the Persian occupation was a profound shock to the Egyptian people. Their world had been turned upside down. Social bonds, forged over thousands of years, were strained under the weight of foreign rule. A deep divide grew between the new Persian overlords and the native Egyptian population. But why did Egypt fall? What led to this catastrophic defeat? It wasn't just Cambyses' clever tactics at Pelusium. By the 6th century BC, the Achaemenid Empire was the world's superpower, a military machine honed by decades of conquest. Egypt, despite its long and proud history, was internally weakened and diplomatically isolated. Betrayal also played a key role. A disgruntled Egyptian naval commander named Ujahorisnet allegedly defected to the Persian side, providing Cambyses with crucial intelligence about Egypt's defenses. It was a perfect storm of internal weakness, external threat, and treachery that brought the pharaonic age to a close. The Persian conquest was not the end of Egypt's story, but the beginning of a new, complex chapter. For the next 2 centuries, Egypt would chafe under Persian rule, launching several rebellions in a desperate attempt to regain its freedom. Some of these uprisings were even temporarily successful, but the mighty Persian Empire always managed to reassert its control. This era of subjugation left a lasting scar on the Egyptian psyche. The glory of the independent pharaohs became a cherished, almost mythical memory, a golden age to which people yearned to return. Yet, even in conquest, the spirit of Egypt endured. The culture that had built the pyramids and carved the Sphinx was too deep-rooted to be erased. Persian rulers, after the initial shock of the invasion, often adopted Egyptian customs and titles to legitimize their rule. The powerful administrative systems of the pharaohs were kept in place, and life for the average farmer tilling the soil along the Nile may not have changed dramatically. The seeds of resilience were sown in the soil of occupation, and the dream of an independent Egypt never truly died. The story of the Persian conquest is a powerful reminder of how even the greatest civilizations can fall. It's a tale of military strategy, psychological warfare, cultural clash, and the enduring human spirit. Was Cambyses' victory inevitable, a result of pure military might? Or did a single, clever, and cruel tactic at Pelusium truly seal the fate of a nation? The sands of Egypt still hold many secrets, and the full story of this dramatic conquest remains a topic of debate for historians today. What do you think was the biggest factor in Egypt's fall to the Persians? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from history.